I'm lit with the squad. Lit with the squad. Confidence of God.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Beerdojo. I'm Noetic J, and today we got a beer that needs no introduction. It's a staple in many Latino households, and it is Modelo. So, those from Latino heritage know that there's three different beers that are drank in a Spanish household, and that is Corona, mainly Corona Extra, but if you don't want to pack on as many calories, you got the Corona Premier or Corona Light. No one really drinks the Corona Familiar, that's pretty heavy, but we are going to be reviewing all of those. You got Modelo, and then you got the one that not as many people, you don't see as common in the households, Pacifico. Now the reason I put that one in the group is because all of these beers are actually all made by one company in Mexico, and it's called, if I'm not mistaken, Grupo Modelo. It's the largest brewery in Mexico, and it exports beer to most countries of the world, which includes the ones I just mentioned. Now, in regards to what is in Modelo, it says here, Modelo Especial contains water, barley malt, non-malted cereals, and hops. Let me read that one more time. Modelo Especial contains water, barley malt, non-malted cereals, and hops. Brewed as a model of what good beer should be, this rich, full-flavored, Pilsner-style lager delivers a crisp, refreshing taste. Now you're probably wondering, well, how is it a lager if it's a Pilsner style? Pretty much what that means is that Pilsners are lighter. And if you've seen a review we've done before on one of the Pilsner beers, I believe it was Yazoo, which may have been, I don't know when that review was, but Pilsners are lighter and crispier. And I think that's what they were trying to go for, because lagers can be a little bit heavier. They can be a little bit more hoppy. It says right here, golden, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager with a clean, crisp finish. And they're not lying. You know, growing up, when I started my drinking career, or cerveza career, I should say, Corona was my go-to. Loved it with a lime, you know, always did that. And then eventually I found out about Modelo, and I couldn't believe that it was actually a part under the same umbrella and family as Corona. And eventually that's when I found out about Pacifico, which can't wait to review that one too. But this is Old Reliable right here. I'm always a sucker for presentation, and so I love the gold flaky top that they put on here. Kind of makes it a little tough to just pop sometimes, but got my handy dandy wine / cap opener here, and we're gonna get right into this review. And now you're probably wondering, this man's got no clothes on. Definitely have clothes on, I just don't got a shirt on. Just finished my workout, and what's better than after a workout than a nice cold Modelo? Now this was more frosty before, but I had to do a couple takes. The heat was on, I didn't realize it. I was already hot, so it was kind of like a sauna. So long story short, here we go. Let's see what we got. So right off rip, you got that bright gold crisp color as advertised. And that, my friends, is a perfect pour. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. So, Modelos, I've always loved the smell. Now, this is more of a basic beer. This is really a beer that for social gatherings. It's one of those again. The ABV on this is 4.4%. So it's low on alcohol volume, high on calories here with 143, 13.6 grams of carbs for anyone who's wants to drink beer but doesn't want to put on the weight or have too many calories or have caloric restrictions. And so, like it said here, it's made of water, barley malt, non-malted cereals, and hops. Doesn't really describe the hops it uses. Not surprised. I mean, this is, like I said, a mainstream beer. Very common in Latino households and non-Latino households. But nonetheless, very fresh and crispy. So we're just gonna get right into this review off rip. Always love the smell of it. It's just classic. Like whatever's like Corona, Bud Lights, Miller Lights, Modelo's, like these certain beers, you just know the smell, you know? It's just a common thing. We're gonna get right into this review. Cheers. Every time, always the first taste is crispy. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I've never had it before. I've clearly had it. So, and honestly, with these, there has been times I do use limes in them as well, just like I would with a Corona. I prefer a Modelo over a Corona, mainly because I like that it has a little bit more of a crisp punch to it. It's pretty watered down. I mean, the moment you taste it, you're not really getting much flavor. You can taste a tiny bit of hops. It's just meant to be light, crispy. It's like a watered down beer pretty much. And that's no disrespect to Modelo, because, you know, I've had some really great memories on it. But here at the Beer Dojo, we are not rating based off memories. We're rating based off smell, or shall I say aroma, color when poured, in a little sense, a little bit of advertisement presentation. You know, these aren't really Gold Crisps flakes, but we're gonna pretend they are. This is not Goldschlager. And how it goes down on the palate. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna give this beer a 4.8. Old reliable. I don't really know what else to say about it, to be real with you. Y'all who drink beer, you know, then you know. But if you've never had it with a lime, I suggest trying it out. It does add a little bit of a nice little, I'd say, sour kick to it, which I do like. And eventually we will get to some sour beers. But that's the review. Modelo Especial. In English, Especial means special. Straight from Beer Dojo, 4.8. That's the review. Cheers.